Alright, in this video we're using Scratch, and we're just going to take a look at some, they call them operators. They're like logic operators. We're going to just look actually at these right here, so greater than, less than, and we do have equal to as well, but we're not really going to touch on this one today. We're going to focus mainly on these. And then when you use these, notice the shape, right, and how they look. So let's say we want to make a game where, and we're just going to use this as an example. Let's say our character, I'm going to set this back to 0 so my character is right in the middle of the screen. And let's say we make it so that when this character moves along, and I'll just use the two arrows, when he gets over here to the side, something's going to happen. Okay, maybe it's going to turn or spin. Maybe we want to have him move back to the middle. Same thing with this. So you can use these to create like a barrier where they're not going to leave the screen. That would be one thing you could use it for. You might want to use this as potentially a scoreboard kind of thing, you know, where if you go over 50 or laps of a race car game or something like that, it's going to trigger a win message or something to that effect. So the way to use these is we're going to drag out a green flag, and we're going to go to control here, and we're going to use an if. And we're going to actually need to add something else to this, but we're going to first do this. So we're going to drag this in here. And notice if I move my character all the way over to the side, well, let's start with this in the first. So this is its X location currently is 9, and its Y location is -5. Scratch sets their screen up as 0, 0 in the middle. So if I set my character to 0, 0, he's going to be right in the middle of the screen. And so if I want to take a look at the X location, if I go over here to the side, 216 kind of gets me off to the side, and really like 200, right around 200 would keep me, that's basically where the barrier, the side is. And it would be the same thing over here as -200 is around this area here. Okay, and then if you were to look at the Y location, same thing. This is positive up to like, oh, I guess it should be like 200, but I guess it's like 180 something up there. I thought it was closer to 200, but same thing down here, be negative, you know, 150, something like that. So you can use those to do this. So I'm going to go to motion, and I'm going to drag out my X position right here. So basically, if the X position gets to, I'm going to say 200. Okay, if the X position gets to 200, I want my character to do something. And I think what I'll just have him do is I'm going to have him just turn, just to make it simple. Maybe I want to make it, well, we'll have it say a message actually. And we'll just say, I've reached the end. Okay, now if I were to hit the green button right now, oh, I must have turned him. Let's point him back where he needs to be. If I were to hit this right now, the green flag, really nothing would happen. It blinks if you watch really carefully there. When you use these, you really, if it's for a game or anything, you want it to continually check to see if that actually occurs, is we want to put a loop around this. And we're going to go ahead and use a forever loop. So now, if the X position is greater than 200, it's going to say, I've reached the end. Well, let's try that out. So we're going to go ahead and move the character over, and it doesn't say anything. Well, let's hit the green flag. Might want to help with that. Now you can see here that it's lit up. Okay, so now if I move my character this way, let's move it away from the wall and go ahead and do this way, it says I've reached the end. So what ended up happening is the X position was greater than 200, and it's going to say that. Now maybe what I wanted to do is move back to the middle. I wanted to move wherever. It does not matter. All right, so that's how you set that up. And I can do multiples of these. Perhaps I want to do for all 4 sides here I want to create a barrier. And there is a thing in motion that if on edge you can have it bounce, and that's a very helpful tool. But we're just kind of using this as a means to show you how to use this as a logic, right? So if that number is greater than this, we want to do this. And so let's go ahead and drag our logic operator out there again. Now this one, because if I'm going left this way, the x is actually decreasing, right? So I want to use less than my my number there. Oops. Let's go ahead and drag forever out. Let's drag an if, and then we'll drag this up there, and we're going to say we'll do, what does this get us right here? We'll do 190, negative 190. Okay, so if it gets to that point, if the x position gets there, then we want it to say, let's use a think bubble instead, and we'll just say I made it. Okay, so now notice this one is lit up here, so it's running. This one is not, so I need to stop my code, restart it, and now this one is checking for that as well. And I'm at negative 189 right now. So if I go this way, I made it. And I could add something more to this. Maybe I want to change the x position so it kind of bounces on the edge, which would be really helpful. So maybe I want to, I have my change x by negative 10 and positive 10. Well, I could go up here and use the same change and say this one I want to do negative 10, because I want to go here and then I want it to bounce off the screen. And if I keep these the same numbers, then it will look like it's bouncing on that, or just kind of being restricted. And I'm going to make this a positive. So let's go ahead and do this again. Oops. Perhaps it won't work with that, with the change x. And there, it finally did move, but it's got the statement in here. So it's actually changing the x. Interesting. It's going down. Well, that's how you make that work. So maybe those are not the best idea for that. But this is how you use the logic operators. And you can use the x position. You really just want to make sure you find a block that fits in there. There's a lot of different things you can do with this. And we'll do more videos here to kind of show you more that you can use with these logic operators. Hopefully that helps you, and good luck with your coding.